Hello, my name is Günther Wilmerding from Germany, and I want to show you in this video my submarine. I needed 60 years to finish it, but I wanted to follow the advice of my father. Things you begin, you should bring to an end. And so I did. My Christmas present in 1959 was a construction kit of a submarine that was designed for dynamic diving. I started building straight away and was full of anticipation. At that time, 60 years ago, remote control was still very big, so I was proud to have everything built into the narrow hull. However, the first tests in the bathtub showed that the submarine was not tight. All attempts to seal the boat failed. After many unsuccessful attempts, I gave up and decided to fix the problem later. Now, 60 years later, in 2019, after working as an engineer in the automotive industry and later as a professor at the university, I decided to continue building the submarine. All the electronics and motors were bought new. The hull of the original kit, including the drive shafts and the steering gear, were not changed. The entire electronics and the electric motors were newly purchased. To solve the leakage problem, I replaced the wooden lid of the original kit with one made of plexiglass. I was thus possible to identify and eliminate the causes of the leakage. In order to protect the electronics in the event of water entry, it was built into a waterproof case. During a driving scenario of about 15 minutes, up to 20 cubic centimeters of water can occur. This water is created by condensation of the moisture in the air and can penetrate through the stern tubes. The stern tubes are only sealed with a greasy filling. In the box are the speed controllers, the steering gear for the rudder and the rear dive planes. It is driven by two electric motors which can be controlled independently of each other via separate speed controllers. At first, let's have a look to the boat. The hull is made out of wood, the bottom and the top made out of plastic. It is a dynamic diving boat. This means there is no possibility to change the weight. It's diving only because of the dive planes. Important parts of the electronics are located in a case, in a tight case, to protect it for water. Outside of the watertight case are located the two electric motors which work on the two propellers. There are the regulators for the electric motors and the steering for the rudder and for the dive plane. You see the Futaba receiver and beside of it a pitch controller. Also outside of the case in the front of the boat is a water sensor and a magnetic switch which you can use to start the boat when all covers are closed. In the first test, the trim and the handling of the boat should be checked. This was done without a pitch controller. You can see that the diving angle is very high, and this is not a problem in a swimming pool, but it can be a problem in a real sea. Now the boat is ready, the pitch controller was included, it is colored, and it got a flag, and now it can start to the maiden drive. To dive in a constant depth now is very easy. You do not need to have any transmitter actions. You see it here. While diving in a constant depth, the rear dive planes do the action coming from the pitch controller. And so it's very easy to drive a very constant depth with this boat. The boat can drive backwards, but it is not possible to dive backwards. Driving the two propellers in opposite directions, the boat turns on the place. Building a submarine is a big challenge. It was exciting and I had a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of the result. To a lesser extent, I also still work as an engineer, and sometimes I work on exciting projects. If you want to find out more, please visit the websites indicated. Thanks for watching my video.